You can't hear me. I am. Welcome one, welcome all. I am Bridger, and today we are jumping back into, finally, the round of Brandenburg. This is the one we're on the up and up. We're going to really dominate. We are just going to have a great time. Everything is going to be perfect. All right? You know why? Because the lack of heirs in nearby lands means that we are going to get some alliances and royal marriages with some potent and powerful allies so that nothing bad happens to us ever again. So to that end, having an alliance or royal marriage with at least 3 realms, each 2 of which we do not have at the start of the game, will give us 2 at prestige. We've also got territorial ambitions, which is going to be, as soon as I get a stupid subjugate card, it's going to happen. And there's a subjugate card under there, should I need it. All right. So first things first, we showed the events, and that is going to give us very good things here. And we're finally going to get a leader that has some military chops. Not a lot, but some. And the other thing we need to find out is, okay, so pluses are taking a hit here. Squares probably already took a hit this month. So we can take this leader fairly successfully. So this is actually a 7 compared to our 6 leader right now. So that's definitely better. But still lots of diplomacy. So we're going to need to lean on that. I really want to go to war with somebody, but I just can't. Maybe if I can get a better advisor, a +3 military advisor would be great to have right about now. So to that end, let's draw some cards. I want subjugate. Didn't get it. We're not going to try. I want a good military advisor. No. I want a good military advisor. Please. Ugh, it's only a +1. Jesus. Okay, we're getting rid of naval and military traditions for sure. I think we're just going to keep military reforms. I mean, this actually is a really good general, now that I think about it. He's expensive to put out there, but boy, howdy, he might be worth keeping. And his card is pretty good too, obviously. Military reforms is good, but it costs you a stability, and we can't afford that. We can't afford that. So maybe we hold on to 2 of them. And we're definitely going to be using a bunch of these, so yeah. Let's get cracking. We do have 1 decent general. 2 dice is extra is better than nothing. So starting now, we've got to pick or replace missions. We've already got this. I'm just going to grab the subjugate card as soon as I can before it falls too far under there. So that will allow me to subjugate this, but in order to do so, I have to put some influence out there, and we've got enough. I think we've got plenty, so we'll make it work. So Denmark is up first. They are at peace. They don't like the way that things are happening right now. So they're going to flip a card. Unrest, 1 bot power. They actually don't have any unrest. So what are they going to go to next? Focus on war. So they actually don't put this here. Thank you for whoever reminded me about that. And they put a token there. They also throw away 1 war card. And that's done. Back around to me now. I kind of, Austria's card. If somebody else takes this, it's not the worst thing in the world. I would rather have the free royal marriage and alliance with 2 different NPRs. I would probably pick Poland. And I don't know, is there anybody adjacent me that I could pick that's relatively strong? I want to get the Netherlands with the new alliance card. So that wouldn't be my first choice. So I think I'm going to hold off on picking this. And instead, I am going to focus on getting that. I'm going to do a change national focus. Now, how much do I have for unrest? I have 2. I don't think I need to change my national focus to increase military power. I have 4 here. And then, you know, I think with that card in play, maybe I don't need to do a change national focus just yet. Maybe I do grab this, and then I can get rid of these Royal Marriage cards, because I won't need them. The New Alliance, I still might want to keep. I'm just worried if I use this to place a Royal Marriage and an Alliance here, and Denmark bot pulls a Diplomacy card, he's just going to cancel my alliance and do his own. So I should probably take that risk, and then I won't necessarily need this. Yeah, there's really nothing else I'd want to spend this on, so we're going to do this. Yeah, let's do it. So Brandenburg gains a Royal Marriage and an Alliance with 2 NPRs, either in adjacent areas or HRE areas where they have 3 or more influence. So we can pick any HRE area where we had 3 or more influence, but we're just going to do adjacent areas because that's a little bit easier. Oops, I grabbed 2 of those and 2 of these. So I'll get marriage in Poland and an alliance in Poland, which is just beautiful. And then we get the special version of the alliance and marriage over here. And then we have to flip one of them to their succession crisis side. This will have no real effect. At the end, it's just going to flip back, as far as I can tell. So, yeah, that's a thing. And then we're going to switch out our leader. Goodbye, we hardly knew ye. And then we're just going to hope that we get to put some influence out. I want to put some influence here, and I want to put some influence here, and I want to put some influence here in the near future. So, with that in mind, we're going over to AustriaBot. We're going to do that next. So, AustriaBot flips unrest. That's exactly what it needs. Good job, AustriaBot. You thought of the right thing to do. You're not at war, and you desperately need to fix these problems. This is one of them, and it might as well be this is the other. Okay? Good job, AustriaBot. Congratulations. DenmarkBot. Ooh, an event. I guess I'm... Oh, and I should do this, and hopefully not a square. Ooh, nobody. Okay. Witch trials. Ooh. So, let's roll the die here and see. You gotta do it twice. Always twice. No. There we go. 6 on event action. Own event revealed. You know, I think no. But opponent event is revealed. And they're not at war with them, so they're going to pick the leftmost revealed event. In this case, it happens to be the opponent's event, and it happens to give them 1 bot power, which they have just so much bot power. All right. And when they pick that event, is it an opponent's event? Yes, resolve option B. Always resolve option B. Not the Emperor's business. Ooh. They gain 2 bot power. The Emperor loses 2 prestige and an Imperial authority. Boy, that's not fun. And that's the end of that card. The League of Schmalkalden. But, dang. That could have been started something cool. All right, and now we put an extra one here and an extra one here, and we'll see what the bots do next time. Now, resolve secondary effects on the card. We already did. It's gonna develop a small city into a large city too. But which one? Probably we're just gonna keep continuing on in its core territories here in Jutland. That's what I would do. All right. And that's the end of its event. Hey, Joseph. Any chance you could send the link for the workshop item? Yes, you can get it on the Discord. I'll see if I can find it real quick and drop it in the chat for you. I hope it doesn't get blocked. But yeah, if you go to the Ajir webpage, I think you can probably find a link to the Discord from there. Yeah, this is from a couple of days ago. See, okay, so this is hosted on Discord, so I don't know that it'll work, but you can try clicking on this link, Joseph. See if copy paste that or click on it, see if that opens it up. It's a save file. It's not a traditional workshop thing. So you save it, you put it in my documents / my games / tabletop simulator / saves, and then you would load it in here. I have it in here as this test whatever or auto setup, whatever this one is. This is the one that I have, 2.1.23. And that's this one with the really nice system that lets you search not only the index, but now the new version that I just linked there, if that works, lets you also auto see where any particular town on the map is just by typing it in over here. Anyway, so Denmark bot, good job expanding. You now may be able to rival the Emperor. I hate you both. And it's back to me. So I've got that royal marriage. I've got that alliance with both of my targets. Now I'm going to play some diplomacy. And in this case, I think I want to spend probably 1, 2, 3. Let me look at this. I'm going to spend 4 here and maybe a 5th here. So that would be fun. I might want to trade, actually. Instead of using these, I might trade. So yeah, let's do that. And let's go 1, 2, 3 to add one more influence cube that we're going to put on the map. I got places to go and people to see. So I want to put an influence here in Pomerania. I want to put 1 influence in the Netherlands. Maybe I don't need to spend that 3, actually. I'm going to put 1 here, and then maybe I put 1 more in Pomerania? Or is that a waste? Should I put it in the Rhineland? And put this one in the Rhineland, and that way I can start getting allies over there as well. I dig it. I think it's not a bad idea. Or I could save my 3 ducats. Let's save the 3 ducats. Let's give ourselves our money back. And then we will continue, because that was a place influence action, which means we are done. Or rather, an influence action. So now we go to Austria bot, who is still not at war at the moment, but it still has a problem. Oh, convert or focus economy. Converting. Will they convert to counter-reformed? Oh, gosh. So many questions. Make sure chat on Twitch is still visible. There it is. So let's look at the convert thing again. Is Catholic and all its areas are Protestant or vice versa? No. All Protestants in a dissenting area. So, okay, so it doesn't need to convert to counter-reformed. It's only looking at Protestant areas here. Are there any areas with religious dissent is the question inside. And the answer is yes. Burgundy here is part of it. So it's going to have to spend some to do that. Convert area. Oh, it doesn't do anything. It just spends the 2 or the 1 that it already was going to spend. Yeah, so it has to spend 1. And convert the area and score 2 points. Gosh, I feel like by helping them convert, I think it converts to counter-reformed as well. Convert to state religion. Yep, that's what happens. So, yikes. By putting Protestant on the map, I'm helping them score free prestige that I do not get when I convert things. I just get pain when I convert. That's not fair at all. Here, spend a bunch of power, take a bunch of unrest, also spend some ducats, and convert to an area of your state religion and get pain. But meanwhile, they just get nothing but free prestige. Oof. As you were. Denmark bot is up. Also on convert. As a Protestant empire, they're going to need to convert some of these. In fact, did they just get an unrest thing? No, they did not, right? Yeah, they did. I think actually they're not going to get this war because... Oh, no. That was from last turn, wasn't it? The very first thing they pulled was an event. This is from... No, that shouldn't be from last turn. I've done 2 actions, so this is their 3rd action. So they did do an unrest action that they didn't need to do, but they did need to do it, I think, because I forgot to flip one to unrest because these are the wrong religion. I'm pretty sure I forgot to do that again. And then they would have rolled rebel dice, which probably wouldn't do anything except maybe lower the bot power by 1, which is exactly what it did. So hopefully I retconned that right. Okay, so now... And I should have removed that anyway if that was the case. But now we're on convert, and they are going to do the convert, and that costs them 1 bot power. So they would have done unrest, and then they would have done convert. That costs them 2. Okay. All provinces is... So we need to make the Protestant expand, and why not expand right there? Sure. Actually, the place... Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is the area that makes the most sense for them to convert. And then they end their turn, and it's back over to me. And I have things to do and people to see. So I am going to play New Alliance, really just to remove 2 of theirs and add 2 of my own. I do not like my alliance being vulnerable here. So before anything happens that screws things up, I'm going to go ahead and spend 4. And, you know... Yeah, that actually means I think I'm keeping 2 of those diplomatic powers that I was trying to use before. Oh, you know. I finally remembered why I wanted to put an extra diplomatic power up here, because I wanted to try to subjugate them this turn. And so we will work on that. Next. Calm. Think clearly. Oof. Yeah, I'm going to have some problems if I want to subjugate this turn, and we're going to try. But we're going to finish this. Then if you and the target NPR are both at peace and you now have the most influence in the area, you gain an alliance with them. So I'm just taking 2 of mine and replacing 2 of theirs in the garbage. So now I've got 3 plus 1 from the marriage is 4 to 2. So this now is a solid alliance with... I don't know why that was in there. This is a solid alliance with the Netherlands. They may not be the right religion, but we'll take them anyway. So we're done. And it's Austria's turn. 7 to 3, they're going to pull a card. Unrest. Desperately needed. Again, pay for it before I forget. And they just got a lot. They're just going to go boom, boom. They really needed those unrest cards to pop, and they finally got them. And after that, that just ends it. So we go to Denmark, who is going to pull unrest/spy. So they have 1 unrest, which they're going to use to flip that. Oh, no. That was flipped by the other card. Man, I'm retconning really bad here today. The situation is this area had some unrest due to not the right faith at the end of last round, which I didn't account for. This unrest fixed it, so this is going to turn into a spy card, not an unrest card. They still spent that, and now we got to see where the spy action is going. At war with opponent, no. At war with an NPR, no. Select an opponent. When they select an opponent, I think they have to select an opponent with the highest base tax. I am going to... Is that on the back of here? Would that be nice? Yeah. Select opponent selection. Roll a die, highest prestige or highest tax income. Both of those are going to be Austria, so they're definitely selecting Austria. Does the opponent have 3 or more unrest? Yes. Opponent must roll rebel dice. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's probably all gonna pop up there necessarily, but they get rid of 1, they lose a bot power, and they have 1 to fight against. And it does nothing. Okay. So They did fix one of their unrest with one of those dice, I believe. Lose monarch power, remove unrest. Yep, one of them was removed, so that was correct. So the rebel dice do not seem to hurt the bots terribly often. Losing only one bot power max is not a big deal usually. Although, again and again, if it keeps happening to him, fine. But I guess it could hit him here, and it could hit him here, to be fair. All right. Next goes to Denmark. Oh, that was Denmark's spy action. Sorry, it comes back to me. And I think I want to use Revolutionary Idea, but we can't as long as our stability is too low. But let's do the thing that we've been trying to do for forever. Oh, this triggers, I believe, immediately. Oh, yes, it does, which means I do not have to. Oh, thank God. Again, I'm giving myself infinite mulligans, essentially, because I do not want to sit here making you guys waste time while I really carefully plan out a turn. So this is triggered, and I can gain 2 prestige and get 2 influence in an area adjacent to my realm, which includes, adjacency includes actually in the realm. So we'll use that to place this particular influence instead of the ducats and the diplomatic power that I used previously. Because if I had looked at these and thought real hard about it, that's the order of operations that would have happened. So let's gain the 2 prestige. Oh my God, we're almost to where we were a whole 2 rounds ago. It's just so bad. We'll be lucky to even come in a distant third. I think we're going to wind up in 5th in a game of 3. So we unlock 3H and 2E from here. 3H is the only one we haven't unlocked yet. Secure inheritance. Own or vassalize all provinces of an NPR with 3 or more tax income that you had a royal marriage or an alliance with at the start of the round. Well, that seems like what I'll do to Bohemia eventually. That'll be nice. That's 3. And now for my actual turn, it's going to be change national focus to pull the subjugate card out of here. And what cards am I going to get rid of? I'm going to get 1 royal marriage and these traditions, I think. I'm going to hold on to military reforms because if my advisor dies, well, it's a plus. That advisor won't die, actually. So maybe I'll pull 2 cards. Doesn't say I get to pull them 1 by 1, though. But maybe it's the same. Because if you can pull it out of the discard, then you have to do it 1 by 1, right? I'm just gonna assume it's 1 by 1 here, just like it is in the beginning. So I've discarded 3 cards, and we are going to now pull subjugate out of here if we don't get it here. No, we're going to pull subjugate and we're going to pull this. That's what we're going to do. Increased stability is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. And subterfuge goes into my hand. And while I'm changing national focus, I'm thinking how I want to use it. Three and then only 2, huh? I don't want to do that. So I think I'm just going to move 1 over from diplomacy to admin for my change national focus. And I have to spend 1, 2, and I have to spend 1 diplomatic power to take the subjugate out of my out of the discard. Whew. All right, I think I'm getting everything right. Now this bot is still going to pull a card, but it's going to give up real soon, unless it gets a new source of stuff. But instead it gets a diplomacy. All right, so diplomacy for Austria. Does it have a royal marriage and or an alliance with anything? No, it's already annexed the most recent thing that it had. Does it have 2 influence anywhere? Yes, it does in Bavaria, Swabia. Highest tax income alliance possible, yes, because they're both at peace, so it gains an influence there and an alliance, and then it ends its turn. So alliance and influence, and yeah, I think the only place it had influence that it could do that in, because it needed 2 or more, is Bavaria Swabia. So it's going to do that, and it's going to get an alliance with Salzburg. Why not? Ulm must remain independent. Then it becomes Denmark's turn to pick a card. Convert. You know, they're going to convert. They're just going to do so. Score them another 2. Oh, gosh. You've got to finish converting. This is... Stop cavorting with the converting. It's too strong. It's overpowered. Okay. Yeah, I said it. All right. Oh, and then remove an unrest from one of your towns. Oh, I forgot that that lets you do that. So if that lets you do that, then I can move this over and maybe, just maybe, do what I was hoping to do. Anyway, Denmark bot is done with the convert. So it comes to me, and we're going to finally pay 1 to subjugate. We have to discard influence equal to the base tax of Pomerania and annex our vassal. Discard these. Discard these, so to speak. So instead of getting +1 tax and +1 manpower, we're going to get +2 tax and +1 manpower. Which doesn't seem like a lot, and it isn't. I mean, to some degree, it isn't. But, more importantly, I can finally score this guy and put a core in a place where it bloody well matters. Search. Oh, I didn't mean to deal myself claim number 8, but there it is. So I'm scoring this, which is 4 prestige, and plus I get to put a claim. Sorry, a core. I've cored the province. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. We're almost at half of what the bots are at. I mean, we're catching up. You can't say we're not catching up. Get your stupid claim out of here. This is my core area. Okay. That is the end of that turn. So 3 and then 2 and 2. I can't do the revolutionary idea. I really wanted to get this turn. But the stability will help for a number of reasons. Okay. So we did the whatchamacallit. We did the subjugation. We got our mission finally. And now it's Austria's turn, and they are going to pass. No, they're going to take the event, right? Did they take an event? No. Only Denmark has taken an event. So Austria is passing after it takes this event, probably. Let's see which event that it's taking. 4. So 4. Opponent's event revealed, no. Own event revealed, no. At war with opponent whose event is revealed, no. Pick leftmost. And it's going to gain a bot power, right? 1 bot power if there's any ducats. And religious turmoil affects all Catholic player realms that have 2 or more Protestant areas and all Protestant player realms that have 2 or more Catholic areas. I don't think this affects anybody then. Because the Holy Roman Emperor managed to flip this, and that was the only one that needed to be flipped. So nothing happens, but we do go to Rebel Dice. So the Emperor here is going to... Oh, damn it. He triggered the rebels before... Both of the rebels before I could finish dealing with my... All right. So we go straight to Rebel Dice. And the Emperor only has to roll 4 because they're resolving this card. Sorry, only has to roll 1 because they're resolving this card. And they actually use it to get rid of rebels. All right. All right. They can have a good time, too. I had a good time with rebels. And now Denmark has no rebels. So I've got to roll 1 for up here where there's no protection. So this could be bad if it's a rebellion. But it's not. I lose 2 ducats, which means I got to take a bloody loan. Just when I got rid of them. I was out. You don't understand. I was out. All right, and now I've got to roll 1 for over here. Hey, it gets rid of it. Look at that. I don't even have to waste my military power. Now I might have some time to get some war going on. Hells yeah. Next stage. But for now, you know, I'm the only one with cannons. All right. I would like to be the only one with tertios, another one with tertios. That's also good. But for now, we have to also try to kill off some pluses here. This guy and, ooh, Nils is gone, which means I'm going to have to use this Royal Marriage card, which is very expensive. But, you know, I will be super diplomacy man. Man. So I'll use that. I'll pay it. It is what it is. You know what? This diplomacy that I moved over there isn't going to be necessary. It's better to keep it here and do the trade with than use the thing there. All right, anyway. That was this rebel. That was this card. Oh, I'm sorry. We skipped over the Infectious Faith. Now that we have 2 Infectious Faiths on the board, I have to be a little careful about how we do this. I think we alternate with the clusters. So right now, there's 3 different counter-reformed clusters, and I think there are 2 Protestant clusters. Because this is one big cluster up here, and there's 1 Protestant cluster down here. So, for each cluster, we then start with Protestant, I believe. And the Emperor is going to try to do it in such a way that it does not affect him. And unfortunately, there's nowhere around here he can do that. So he has to pick something that affects him. And it's probably going to be the Rhineland, because it's the least effectiveness. That's not a word, but you get the idea. All right, so that was this one. Now the counter-reformed can spread. And it'll probably spread in a way that defends his areas, so it'd probably go there. And then the Protestant area is going to spread, but this cluster, he's going to spread up here for Denmark because he doesn't want to spread it into his own. And then he gets to move one of his other counter-reformed clusters to spread, and he can probably spread it into here for defending himself. So, both have spread twice. That's the end of the Infection Faith spread. So that's done. Now we have to roll this, which is more rebel dice. Huzzah! So here's my Pomerania rebel die. Oh, I lose a cube. Oh, bloody hell. All right, well, I can increase stability to fix the last piece. And that's the only one I have now. Here is the Emperor with 1, 2, 3, 4 for Austria. All right, they just lose 1 monarch power. Serves them right. Way to be Emperor. And then the Infectious Faiths do it again. So Protestantism goes first. And now it's 1 big cluster. So it can only spread 1 time. So it will probably spread... Oh, you know what? He can spread it in a way that still doesn't hurt him. Up here, he can spread it to Denmark. Which means now Denmark is a Protestant realm. Because once an NPR's capital changes, its area changes, it also converts automatically. And then it will spread counter-reformed. Right now there are still 3 different counter-reformed clusters. He's probably going to do it to protect himself again. Which means maybe here. And then he gets to do it again, which is probably here. Yeah, that looks about right for what the Emperor would try to do with those things. So we ignore the actual witch trials themselves, and now everybody has done an event at some point, and next turn the Emperor will pass, but right now we've got Denmark bot doing their thing, and it's an idea. Damn it, I don't like it when they get ideas. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They don't have any of these, so it's going to be a random idea. 3, 4, so we can't do that. I think that means that they're just going to re-roll. Is any ideas matching this available? Pick an idea matching the focus type. Tag the idea. Oh, the answer is no. So yeah, re-roll. So they have to roll, and 3s and 4s have nothing. Okay, so a 2 is an administrative idea. And it looks like, it looks like they should actually have one of their tags here if they're done with diplomatic ideas. Which means, yeah, they get to place 2 extra influence every time they do a diplomacy action. That's scary. So now they get to tag an administrative idea. And which one they're going to tag is random. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from top to bottom. Middle. All right. Scientific revolution for them is available. And the text on it never matters. It just gives them the prestige. All right. Let's try to stay at least within half of their score, shall we? And that's the end of their idea action. It's now my turn. Probably the last thing I really have to do is increase stability. And then maybe I can pass before, while there's still benefits to passing. But I could also try to trade. We'll see how the bot's actions go. So that also lets me remove unrest in one area. I'm finally done with... I've had unrest for so many years. Hundreds of years there's been unrest in one place of the empire or another. Oh, my grandfather would be proud. All right, so the cost of this card is modified by your current... So it's actually only 2 to play that card because my unrest was at -1. In which case it did make sense. Yeah, see, it did make sense to do this because now I can do the revolutionary idea and get that thing. So, yeah, good stuff happening. I don't need to do the trade. Okay, Austria is passing. They ran out of bot power. And Denmark's got one more thing unless they go to war. It's diplomacy time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got to remind myself what the ideas are for the bot. It's +3 whenever they place influence. I think it's whenever they do a diplomacy action, period. But I don't know where it goes. Where's ideas? Where's ideas? At the beginning? Bots trading? No. Substitute bots. Okay, I remember ideas were kind of hard to find in here, but it shouldn't be this hard. Was it on the front? Bot power, bot cards, bot setup. You gotta be kidding me. How am I missing it? There's only like 4... There's only 4 pages it can be on. Oh my god, this is absurd. I'm going to go ahead and search the PDF real quick for the word ideas. Not under replacing bot realms. Bots and ideas is on page 3. Oh gosh, there it is. Jesus Christ. Okay. So the diplomat place 2 influence when taking a diplomacy action, but I guess they just okay. I was looking for more guidance than that, but okay. Here's the diplomacy action. Let's just say when taking a diplomacy action. So each monarch power type received bonuses as follows. +2. So whenever they place influence from a diplomacy action, they add +2. So let's just go down the chart. Do they have an alliance and a royal merit and an NPR? No. They have an alliance in any NPR adjacent to the bot. Yes. No, they don't have an alliance over here anymore. They used to, but then Netherlands popped up and they don't have the alliance anymore. So 2, yes, they do have 2 in the Netherlands. I don't like it. Select an NPR that's highest. Is an alliance possible? No. Any free spaces? No. Covert action. Replace 2 of opponent's influence with 2 of bot's influence. Unacceptable. I did that to you. You can't do that to me. Now I got to go and find some diplomacy cards that have a spy network on them, damn it. Because next time he gets a diplomacy action, he'll bloody well take over my alliance again. Anyway, that ends his turn at least. And it comes back to me, and I'm going to do revolutionary ideas and spend 4 to research an idea. Bureaucracy for 2 more whole prestige. Look at that. Amazing. Score 1 extra. That's right, if it hasn't been researched by anyone. Boom. Just like that. Back in the game. And I needed to get to stability 0 in order to use that. And more importantly, it's going to give me some great monetary benefits. I'm going to get an extra 4 ducats. So after this tax season, I think I'll be able to pay off a lot of these loans. I hope I'll be able to pay off a lot of these loans. Did this guy die? No, this guy I have to place in. As a minor action, I have to put him in there. It's going to cost me all my money, which is just barely perfect. So now Austria has already passed, and it comes back to Denmark, and Denmark is going to pass. So they're going to get the bot power and not the money. But I'm going to get the money from the idea that I did, and that's good. And then I get 1 more action, and I can't do anything else, so I pass also. That was a very fast era. That was one of my... It is less than 45 minutes, people. That was great. There was no war. I didn't have to look up all that much. Does that mean we have time to go for another one? No, I got to get up early tomorrow, unfortunately. So we can't do another one tonight. Next one, maybe on Saturday morning. Let's do Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to run through the sort of end of turn sequence, and then we'll call it for the day. Remove casus belli intruses. There aren't any at the moment because this war against Milan actually ended a while ago. And Burgundy's gone. So there's no rebels. Peace resolution doesn't apply. Prestige penalties, indirect, and religious dissent. Now this might apply. Let's look. Looks like Denmark got control of its areas. But what about the Emperor? I think there was at least 1 area where it had to flip. And that's exactly, what happens. They gain 1 unrest max from religious dissent, and they did. And then we go to roll rebel dice. So that's just 1 that's going to hit, maybe causing the Emperor to get a town. Nope, just loses a bot power. All right, at the very least, the Emperor is being starved of bot power, which is great because it has so much economic power and manpower that things would be just way worse were that the case. All right, next, income and upkeep. Wait a minute. I missed flip all succession crisis marriages back to their regular side. Lose 3 for each unless you're the only one with an alliance with them, and if this is an NPR, you have the most influence, minimum 2 in that realm. And that is true. I have the most influence. I have 1 here and 1 for the royal marriage. So I do not lose the prestige. Instead, they love me over there in Poland. I'm their favorite. So we rolled the rebel dice and got rid of the bot power. Now we're doing income. I'm actually finally excited to get to income. None of my towns are occupied. It's a beautiful thing. So 13 plus 4 is 17 is 23 plus 2 is 25 plus 1 for every 10 of base tax. Oh, I'm 1 short. Oh, no, I'm just a little bit short because I was counting the vassals in. So I'm going to get 26 total, right? Minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 14, 15 for the things that are deployed on the map. So 27 minus 15, that's 12, baby. That's not bad. Now, if we can increase our bloody stability a little bit more, I'll feel real good about that. But our diplomatic power is absolutely insane right now. And if I can just save up a bunch of military power, I can maybe go to war with Denmark and try to humiliate them. No, wait, this is the end of the age. I don't get this one. But I get religious unity. You know who doesn't? Austria. But unfortunately, I think because the Protestantism happened to spread to Denmark, that meant that Denmark's going to get it too. This is something I wanted to look up. If multiple pairs achieve this, highest number of main map areas breaks ties. So how many areas do I have stuff in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Denmark has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you bastard. Picked up 5 more, and I get 3 more. 1, 2, 3. All right, well, not much I could do there except to have maybe taken one more province and tied, and then it wouldn't have broken ties at all. But it is what it is. And so all of these ideas are going away because we're going to do the end of... let's finish the procedure here. Monarch power gains. So this is 1, 2, 3 for admin power. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for diplomatic power. What am I going to do with all this diplomatic power? Spy networks, I guess, like crazy. Just pull a bunch of diplomatic cards and find things to do. 1, 2, 3 for military power, which is great. I say great. It's 50% more than I was getting from most of this age, right? I need a much better guy in charge. Carl needs to go. I need to pull some military cards. I tried to pull him this time. That would get me a good advisor, but I kept getting nothing better than +1s. I need a +3 military guy, stat. So that's my monarch power, I believe. Now we got to check the bots. Bots discard all of this. Then they gain 8. And then we got to check what goes on with the NPR Emperor. A 2, nothing changes. So instead, they lose 1 of their imperial influence. That happens later. I'm doing it now, so don't forget. And I think, yeah, they don't, because they're still at 1. They don't actually get the bonus bot power now. And their bonus manpower went down as well. So I think they're going to lose 1 bonus manpower, but we're going to get there in a second. That was bot power. They are the papal controller, but they're not the undisputed papal controller, right? That requires, uncontested control requires you to have, I think, 2. I think you can be a regular papal controller with only 1. Yeah, uncontested requires you to have 2. So they don't have uncontested control, but they do get +1 for being papal controller. And then we're on to Denmark. Denmark is going to gain 8, so they go up to 15. And they don't get 1 extra for any reason, I don't believe. So score prestige, no from uncontested papal controller. So now we update manpower. So I am sitting at 14, 15, 16, same as I was before. I should have 1, 2, 3 on the map, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's all correct. I'm going to get 2 new guys over here. Nope. Don't fall over. Don't fall over. There we go. I still have so many loans. I can't actually do a war for a while anyway. I can spend all next round doing a bunch of trades and getting rid of most of these loans. And that will help my income as well. Meanwhile, maybe we'll go for some subjugate and I can get a couple of these turned down and for what? I don't know. All right. And now we got to check the bot power, the bot manpower. So he is at 13, 14, 15, and then a total of 16 when you include the Imperial Authority. And as I suspected, he is down 1 because his Imperial Authority has been reduced. Meanwhile, yeah, nothing changed here. Denmark's still at 10. So that's good. Refresh merchants. I don't think any merchants of mine did anything this turn. I didn't have any time. Board status map cleanup. Emperor's at peace. Nothing else changes. Age 3 or 4, HRV religion, check. It's not. So discard down to 5 action cards. No problem. I'm at 0 action cards, baby. That's actually a bad thing. I mean, I was a very effective turn. I got to use all those cards to do what I needed to do, get the subjugation. I'm going to be able to pick up some more missions. That's actually what I forgot to do. I gained which ones that turn? Territorial ambitions and not thriving towns. This one, right? I think it was these two. So I should have unlocked 3H, 2E, and then a bunch of potential 4s. So I think I did unlock the 3H, 2E, but that's 4A, 4O, 4P, and 3J. So 3J, 4A, 4O, 4P. Those aren't there. So theoretically, those last two that are available, which is 5A and 4N, are somewhere on one of these that we just pulled out. There's 5A, and there's 4N. So next turn, we're going to have to take a look at these. Grand Empire, have a base tax income of 40 plus. Are you kidding me? I'd love to. Believe me, I'd love to. Have a base tax income of 15 plus. Doable. I've already got it. Own 4 provinces that are core province in an adjacent realm of an adjacent realm which had higher tax income than you at the start of the game. Of an adjacent realm. That suggests that all 4 provinces have to be cores of the same realm. Otherwise, Pomerania could count, and that would be great. This claim should have gone back once I gained everything in there, I believe. Yeah. Saxony almost counts. I think if I can subjugate Bohemia and annex them, that will count for that. For regional dominance. An adjacent realm. Because Bohemia definitely had a higher base tax than me at the start of the game. So that could work. And then conquer rival lands. Own 3 provinces that are core provinces of one of your opponents. That's going to be tricky. This one's possible. Have +2 stability while also having research 4 ideas. We've got 3. And we could easily get another diplomatic idea, because of all this diplomacy. And then get a couple more of those stability cards. Our admin power is unfortunately admittedly low. But that's possible to do 2 rounds from now, probably. That's not happening anytime soon. Own 2 provinces in an area that is not adjacent by land to your realm at the start of the game. The problem is I've expanded perfectly in all directions. I have no land that wasn't directly adjacent to me. So that is still going to need to happen eventually. Own or vassalize all provinces of an NPR with 3 or more tax income that you had a royal marriage and or alliance with at the start of the round. So I think I take this one and this one, and I can get both of those by subjugating Bohemia. Put a couple more of just one more, actually. Just one more of these cubes here, and get a subjugate card, and boom, I can add them to my collection and get both of those. So let's pick that right now. Secure inheritance and regional dominance, and both of these give me some monarch power, which is desperately needed. So that's good. Okay, so I know that's actually technically the first step of the next turn. I just wanted to kind of sort through my possibilities here. So now, end of the age routine. Place the event deck for next age. Done. Replace all milestones. So these. Somehow Denmark expanded overseas. I guess that was, Leif Erikson or something. Meanwhile, let's see. Let's see if I can do this right. Yes. So it looks like there's 3 of each? No. Huh. Oh, this is the age. Okay, never mind. So we take this and go 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then we take this and we go 1, 2, 3. Flip it over. Yep, that's correct. Why do these seem like they should be landing on a spot, but they aren't? There we go. All right, let's see what our new milestones are. Have 4 cores on the board. I got to get a lot more of those development options. It took me so long just to get the 1. So we could put a core here. We could eventually put a core here. We could vassalize that and put a core there. All without going to war. So that's certainly doable. It would just require us to get a lot of admin power to run those development cards. Wise Counsel. Have at least 2 advisors with +3 skill on your appointment at the same time. Yeah, we're pretty close to that. We just got to get an advisor with +3, and we can score 5 points. Oh, yeah, I'm good. I'm digging it. Have 3 different religions in your main map areas and no unrest. Good luck. Formidable armed forces. Have a combined total of military and naval maintenance expenses of 20 or more during phase 4. What? Holy moly. Okay. Replace unresearched, non-basic ideas. Don't we have to add new ideas to the list now? I feel like that's the situation at the beginning of age 3. We have to do that. End of age routine. With random replacements of the same type. And of the random replacements, again, I'm pretty sure we're going to be shuffling in both of these because they're age 3. Both of these because they're age 3. And that one because they're age 3. The rest of the age 4 ones underneath it. So this will go in here. Oh, dang it. Okay. So do we non-basic, it said. In this case, there are none that can be replaced. And I think there's an event that's going to pull new things out. Although there may be an event that... we'll figure it out. It is what it is. Okay. The player with the least prestige, that's me, can replace 1 new idea or milestone on display with a card of their choice chosen from the matching deck. That's great. We're going to get rid of religious diversity because there's no way I can do that. Have 8 or more allied units deployed in your armies. That's actually technically possible. I would get 3 from this and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4 from this. So if I were to go to war, I can immediately get those guys for free and immediately do that milestone. So that's possible. Peacemaker. Make peace with 3 different realms. Have an alliance with 1 opponent while at war with another opponent. Not possible against the bots unless you get a very special event, I think. So this is the most likely for me to complete. We'll give that a shot. And then flip that over just in case. And can I also... idea or milestone. So that was my choice. Players who have at least 1 royal marriage in place score 1 point and then must remove 1 of their royal marriages from the board. So I get to score a point, and then I have to remove a royal marriage. And you know, honestly, I don't think I have to compete much here in Poland, but Bohemia, I would really like to keep that one. So royal marriage from Poland goes away, and then the bots also have to do that if they have any royal marriages. It doesn't look like they do, so I picked up another useful prestige. Good. I could pay 2 diplomatic power to keep that royal marriage on the board, but I don't want to lose the power. And that's it for the end of age routine. So we'll see you guys Saturday at 10 Eastern. Have a good one.